School districts, hospitals, and other public institutions across Chicago and Cook County spend more than $100 million per year on food. In the United States, most public food demand is served by a handful of large food service management companies, who in turn source from very large suppliers of staple food products. This often excludes small growers and food producers, particularly those who identify as Black, Indigenous, or people of color.
We've been using the Good Food Purchasing Program as a lever for institutions to shift their purchasing towards food that aligns around 5 key values. The Community Food Mobilization Project, or CFMOB, is a collaboration between the Chicago Food Policy Action Council and 4 universities. We have been collaborating with CFPAC for a number of years, using our research to help advance their work to shift our food system to one that is more sustainable and equitable. We have brought together a really interdisciplinary group of researchers who all tackle this question of food access, food mobilization from different perspectives.
We are documenting the work of growers within a 300-mile radius of Chicago, food producers, food for human consumption, drawing on over 6,000 data points that we've collected over the last 5 years. Those data points are each individual growers within the 300-mile radius of Chicago.
Some of the intermediary kind of challenges that we're seeing from suppliers is lack of infrastructure in regards to being able to distribute and move their products. They are already strapped for cash and don't necessarily have the labor force to help them scale up.
This research is really an opportunity for us to address some significant barriers we've experienced in implementation. We recognize that implementation and having a resolution is only part of moving the work forward.
Coming into conversation with food chain workers about what they're experiencing in their workplaces and how that relates to as much the policies that govern their workplaces. Through those connections we're building, we're then conducting a series of in-depth interviews with food chain workers to learn more about what each of them individually experiences, how they'd like to see that change, and their value for their work in the food system.
We're proposing a 3-level approach. First, at the micro level, we're enhancing the capacity of coalitions like the Chicago Food Policy Action Council to build stronger market pathways for regional farmers and producers. At the meso level, we're focused on rebuilding the middle of the supply chain. This means investing in hard and soft infrastructure and innovative projects. At the macro level, we're using data and policy to shift narratives and build a culture of resilience. By developing a data roadmap and visual tools, we aim to foster transparency and drive systemic change.
Through this research, it's an opportunity for us to demystify the procurement process by producing resources to support local food producers and businesses, a toolkit or a list of steps of the approaches to take to enter into our supply chain.
We are also really looking forward to having the set of policy recommendations that are going to come from all of the collaborators and input that are coming from producers, wholesalers, government entities, about how there's direct policy outcomes that a local government could do, the state government could do, and the federal government could implement that would facilitate and accelerate this work.
This research is really driving home and helping us to advance, our core belief that good food is a right, and good food is so critical to health and well-being. And so at the core of this work is really advancing and investing in a local, healthy, sustainable food system that provides those opportunities for food producers, but also improves the health and well-being of our communities.